life. I mean, what else would I be talking about? You know, I'm here to talk to you about superfoods. I'm here to talk to you about having the best day ever. And I know from experience that the quickest way to get you from A to Z is through superfoods. Because that's the best form of protein. It's the most absorbable. Most people never even had protein their whole life. Like, what are you talking about? I had chicken 3 meals a day. I had bologna sandwiches. Bologna sandwiches. Oscar Mayer wieners. You know where you're kind of going back to like the 70s, childhood. It's like, oh yeah. It's brutal. That's not protein. That's some kind of like salted fat, chemical byproduct. There's some pesticides in there, but a lot of genetically modified ingredients, hormonally altered stuff in there, and maybe some degraded forms of something that was once called an amino acid, but probably not. And it's really filler, and there's definitely no minerals in there. And so most of our lives, what we actually had was tons of filler and no nutrients. Or another way of saying it, tons of calories and just no nutrients. No minerals, no enzymes. And not even like low enzymes, like no enzymes. It's like customs, not even low consciousness. It's no consciousness. Although there are a few exceptions. I've had some pretty amazing experiences recently. I was going through customs. You wouldn't even believe this. I'm going through customs, and I step up there. I'm going into Canada. This is the end of the summer. I was going to spend 3 weeks up there to finish writing this book on superfoods of all subjects. I got some interesting things to share with you on superfoods in the 20 minutes we have together. Luckily, it's been 30 seconds. So I walk up there and I talk to this woman, and I say, yeah, I'm here, finishing my book on superfoods. She said, what's a superfood? She's looking at my passport and stuff. I said, well, it's like goji berry. You ever heard of goji berry? Complete protein source, one of the highest antioxidants on the whole planet, highest natural source of zeaxanthin, right? Can we put goji berries up there? Is that there? Yay, all right. Highest natural source of zeaxanthin, which is a specific antioxidant for our eyes. Only food ever known to increase human growth hormone. I'm telling you this at Customs. Then I was like, oh, I better stop. And then I was like, okay, yeah, like other superfoods like cacao. And she said, cacao? I like cacao. I thought, okay. You mean like cacao nibs, like cacao beans, raw chocolate. You like raw chocolate? She says, yeah, I eat it. I like it. I was like, Customs? And I remember the day when I realized that the only way this is going to work is if we can get that food in there doing our job for us. Get that food in there behind enemy lines, and it just does our little talking for us. Carlos Castaneda used an amazing word, a very impressive word, a word that I have kept using all these years. He said it this way: allies. Goji berry is my ally. It is my ally. Somebody asked me, like, do you talk with plants? Last night, we had a Fruit Tree Planting Foundation fundraiser. This is back last November 2007, and somebody won a free date with me. So I finally got back to New York and had time for the date, so I went on the date last night. And so it was a good date. Anyway, so then... So anyway, she asked me, like, do you talk to plants? And I'm like, do I look that much of a hippie or what? It's like, plants are my allies. I don't talk to them. They're with me. They're in my bag. I don't need to talk to them. They're always touching me. They're right on top. It's right in my bag. I've got bags of goji berries on me, bags of cacao. It's on me always at all times. And so they are my allies. And I plant them, especially in front of government buildings. Right? They don't know what it is. Just put the goji berry right there in the dirt and it works. You don't even have to open it, nothing. There's seeds in there, plenty, will sprout perfect.
Even in the winter?
Anywhere. In the wintertime, just ditch it. First of all, goji berry is so ridiculously powerful as a plant that you can just take any of those goji berries right there. Take any of them. Oh, that's cacao. Take any of those goji berries and literally put them in the dirt, just as they are, anywhere, any time of the year, and they will make it. Anywhere. You can't name an ecosystem in the United States of America where goji berries won't grow. That's what I've been finding out over the last 6 years. It'll grow anywhere. I'm like, well, it grows. And then guess what? Here's what I found out too. It already does grow everywhere. We just didn't know it. I'm out in the Arizona desert every year. There's 1 million goji berry bushes out there, and there's not one human. Not one. There are tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, millions of goji berries hitting the ground. Not one person out there. They're watching Friends. I don't know. Seinfeld reruns, something. I don't know. So we are actually living in total abundance always, and we're discovering now that, hey, we're going to be growing different stuff in our garden, and we can just immediately tune into right where the cutting edge is, which is not Bulgar wheat. I mean, that's where it was in the 50s, like Bulgar wheat. No wonder people are like, just have milkshakes and burgers. What are you talking about? Bulgar wheat. Sprouts are great. You know, I love to have sprouts. I love salads. I love seaweed, all that. But where it's at right now is like we got to get whole cucumber plus the postage all the way to the goal fast. How do we do that? With superfoods. Because when you get goji berries in your diet, you're getting real protein in your diet. So all of a sudden, as my friend Chad Vandenberg over here says, you're producing the right neuropeptide profile, otherwise known as neurotransmitters, otherwise known as your brain's working right finally. They're like, oh, my brain's working okay. And then like everything else works okay. And then your endurance goes to like infinity. Your endurance goes from 0 to infinity. I mean, it's so crazy. I was like, during the dinner last night, this woman's like, well, you know, tell me what bothers you. And I'm like, you know, I don't work out enough. I don't exercise enough. She's like, why not? It's like, because I can get up at any given time, go hike 30 miles, and go back to work the next day, desk job. Hike 30 miles. That's true. I can go out and hike 30 miles without even warming up, no yoga, no practice, no nothing. Not even exercising at all, not even 1 hour, except carrying boxes. And you can become an author. You start learning how to, that's what I do for a living. I carry boxes. But other than that, I don't work out. There's no working out. And it's like, I'm not out of shape. I'm totally fit at any time. It's like instantly, boom, you do whatever you want to do. Let's go do whatever.